In 44 BCE, Julius Caesar, the great Roman statesman and general, was assassinated in the Roman Senate by a group of conspirators led by Marcus Brutus and Gaius Cassius Longinus. The assassination shocked the Roman Empire and plunged it into a period of political and social upheaval. While the real story behind the assassination is well documented, there are still many conspiracy theories surrounding the event. One popular theory is that the assassination was part of a larger plot to prevent Caesar from becoming a tyrant. Some historians argue that Caesar's increasing power and influence had made him a threat to the traditional republican values of Rome, and that the conspirators saw his assassination as a way to preserve those values. They point to the fact that many of the conspirators were members of the Roman elite who had a vested interest in preserving the traditional order. Another theory is that the assassination was part of a power struggle between Caesar and the Roman Senate. Some historians argue that the Senate had become increasingly hostile to Caesar in the years leading up to his assassination, and that they saw his death as an opportunity to reassert their authority. They point to the fact that many of the conspirators were senators themselves, and that they may have been motivated by a desire to regain control over the Roman government. A third theory is that the assassination was the result of a personal vendetta against Caesar. Some historians argue that the conspirators were motivated by a desire for revenge against Caesar, either because he had wronged them in some way, or because they saw him as a threat to their personal ambitions. They point to the fact that many of the conspirators had personal grievances against Caesar, and that their actions may have been driven by a desire for revenge. Despite the many conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination of Julius Caesar, the real story is well documented. Caesar had become increasingly powerful and influential in the years leading up to his death, and he had made many enemies in the process. The conspirators saw his assassination as a way to preserve the traditional republican values of Rome, and they believed that his death would be a necessary sacrifice for the greater good of the Roman Empire. The assassination of Julius Caesar had a profound impact on the history of Rome in the Western world. It marked the end of the Roman Republic and the beginning of the Roman Empire, and it set the stage for the rise of figures like Augustus and the eventual collapse of the Roman Empire itself. While the conspiracy theories surrounding the event may never be fully resolved, the real story of Julius Caesar's assassination remains one of the most important events in the history of the Western world.